Hey y'all, it's me, it's your girl, the real deal, Anita Skills Reaction. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all, welcome back to my live. Let me turn the music down some, y'all. Give y'all time to get in here. We got some things to talk about. Bryan laundry. I do believe that Bryan laundry is playing mind games. Okay? Give y'all time to get up in here. Hold on for a minute. Can I get at least one mod in here? Get one mod up in here, y'all. Come on. Um, Before I start, I want to say that everything is allegedly. Okay? Everything is allegedly. My fair use description is in the box. I know it by heart. And my purposes for this content is for commenting, entertaining, teaching purposes. People, let's get into Bryan laundry. Why did I come out and say that Bryan laundry is playing mind games? Bryan laundry, not laundry. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. Oh my God, I didn't mean Bryan laundry. I mean Bryan Cole. Oh, Lord, Kohberger. Why is Bryan laundry been on my mind? Bryan laundry been on my mind, y'all, for some reason. And I know he gone. Bryan Kohberger been playing mind games. Bryan Kohberger, that's who I'm speaking of. Bryan Kohberger is playing games, y'all. He's playing games with me. He playing games with you, and he playing games with everybody else. And he's enjoying every bit of it. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 videos to show. And also some great information that was sent to me on my email about a couple of things that we have. Bryan, the public has Bryan information, y'all. We got Bryan every information. We got all of Bryan information right here. Right here in front of y'all. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it. um Today or not. I don't know how to do it. I got to make sure if I go in here, I can show it to y'all. But first, let's get to our first video. Now, y'all remember the white card that Bryan laundry, not Bryan laundry, Bryan Kohberger has? Now I'm going to show you a video. Okay, this video right here that he crashed. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this right here. Okay, I am going to show you car crash. Yes. The car crash. That's the car. That's the Hyundai. That's the white Hyundai. Spotted in Oregon. That's it right there, y'all. Wow. That's your car right there. So let's listen and see and let's react on this, okay? Okay, let's talk about this car. Let's talk about the car, y'all. How in the world did the car get wrecked up? This the car, y'all. How in the world did this car get wrecked up like that? And the whole time they was looking for it. In order to wreck a car like that, either you was racing, you was running, and you crashed, lost control of the car, and you crashed. But this is the car that they are allegedly looking for. Okay. They say that's the similar car.
You're the guy with the gun, the person who could do it.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this a little bit. Okay, let's see what Fry got to say about the car. This Mr. Fry.
that is a mountain of material. Some of those could be brief clips, some of them could be hours long video clips. So, what does it take to go through all?
Okay, let's talk about this car, y'all. Bryan was in this car. Bryan, hold up now. Hold up. Come on now. Bryan got stopped by the police twice, y'all. Bryan got stopped by the police twice. Bryan was in a car similar to this one right here. Why are we looking at this car and the car that Bryan was in red? So what are y'all saying about this car? See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Something ain't right. Why are we watching? You know what? Bryan not even taking us through nothing. Cause Bryan haven't said anything. It's that they showing us a lot of stuff right here. Now they showing us a car that Bryan allegedly was driving. So what you trying to say? He got two? Now you got two cars because Bryan got stopped before he was arrested and he was driving the car. Now y'all saying that Madison allegedly from this place and y'all found this car. Y'all stop confused. Y'all the one confusing the case, not Bryan.
All of that, because I've heard people testify, police officers in the past in court, when they're talking about going through surveillance video, and they literally have to sit there and watch it, sometimes for hours, and log the details. Well, you're exactly right. Having been on the other side of that, on
Cod wrestling.
it is painstaking. You go moment by moment, keeping your eye to every detail on
But I'm saying you got
surrounds. In other words, what's in the background that's happening, um, sound if it's available. You have to really analyze moment by moment. And sometimes, as you mentioned, these clips are very long. They have requested from the 12th through the 14th for most of these video clips. So this isn't just a snapshot in time. They are looking for incidents that occurred in and around this event. So it's painstaking. Realize that many times this is going to be analytical work that are done by the FBI's analysts. And they are very well trained. They also go to Quantico to learn investigative techniques. They don't tote a gun, but they're very well versed in how and what to look for. And I expect throughout the United States, analysts.
okay. Let me skip a little bit, y'all. Okay. I just wanted y'all to see the car because I couldn't understand. My thing is when they found Bryan, the car. When they found Bryan, this car was not red. I don't care what nobody said. This car was not red when they found Bryan. If y'all don't keep up this case and y'all just join the case, you're not gonna understand the case. This car was not red. So how did it get red? Who wrecked the car? Because Bryan was locked up. Okay, we're gonna move to another video. Another video. Okay, I'm not. We don't look at this video right here. We're gonna take a look at this video right here now. With Kohberger, and the Kohberger is in custody. Okay, in Idaho. Y'all know we already know that. Okay, now uh, they pulled up from the house. Now they're gonna show you some evidence that they allegedly pulled up from the house. Okay, let's check this out.
Gathering more evidence against the man accused of killing 4 college students. Fox's Jonathan Hunt tonight with a list of items authorities are now combing through. The house behind me where those 4 students were so brutally murdered is and will remain a crime scene for some time as investigators continue to build their case against accused killer 28-year-old Bryan Kohberger. Over the last couple of days, those investigators have been removing more items from this house. Those items included mattresses, and you'll remember, of course.
Okay, now, if they pulling all of this out of him, Bryan Kohberger, they got evidence that somebody blood on here. Somebody blood on this mattress.
That at least some of those students were killed as they slept in their beds. Forensics experts talking to Fox say that investigators will likely gain a whole lot more DNA evidence from this scene. Listen here.
And it's not just blood. We're talking about any kind of touch DNA, like dead skin cells that are sloughing off. You also have hair transfer, fiber transfer. All of these things are going through. And here's key. If he has blood on him, he's going to contact the surfaces that he's walking on and touching. Powerful evidence.
Bryan Kohberger, meantime, remains in the county jail just a couple of miles.
But what I'm saying is, y'all, when the young lady called, when Dylan called her friends over, y'all got to make sure how far did they go. See, if somebody else walked in and stepped over blood or moved or touched something on the wall or whatever right there, that's tampering with evidence. They don't know they doing it. They going in there, they end up with Kaylee's phone, so they had to go in the room to get Kaylee's phone. They had to go in Kaylee's room to get her phone. Think about it. So how would they take that blood? How would that blood show up? You know, how do that work? Okay, this is what I want to do. Let me go and let this play out. Then I want to see, can I show y'all something that a couple of things that the public has on Bryan that we can look at.
He made
His
his first
records.
appearance, of course, last Thursday. He will make another appearance this coming Thursday. That, though, is just a status hearing. We are unlikely to learn much more about the case against him. In the meantime, University of Idaho students will be returning to Moscow for their spring semester, which begins.
Okay, let's go. Let me pull this up. Now I got some important information. I'm gonna see, can I pull it up from right here, y'all? I got some information that y'all need to look at. It's gonna freak y'all out. This is gonna freak y'all out. This information right here. I hope y'all can see it. Let's go right here. Let's go right here. This is Ryan public information, y'all. I thought I had it already pulled up. I guess I didn't. Okay, let's scroll down. And the person who sent this to me, thank you so much. Oh, I already have it pulled up, y'all. Let me put some on up. I got 2 minutes up. Okay, let me scroll down. Now, we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that they have on Bryan. Okay, y'all seen the affidavits, but we're going to look at it again. I'm just going to scroll through it now. Okay. Okay, they're going to get affidavits. They're talking about everything from the top to the bottom. We went over this already on my channel. We went through this. We went through all of these. Okay, we talked about the dog. We talked about the small bathroom. We got all this information right here. Okay, we went over this. If you forgot, you can go back on my page. It's talk about what Dylan said, saw, and everything. The neighbors, the ring, everything. And it's 19 pages of the suspect card. You can see where entering. Everything is on this affidavit. Law enforcement, what the law enforcement said, and Pullman, this is the affidavits, okay? I don't know if it's going to be useful, but it will be used in court, in the trial. Even the car we just saw wrecked, okay? Okay, it's 19 pages. I'm just gonna scoot on down because it's some stuff I want to go through, but we talked about this already. The 8458 phone does not report to the network again until approximately 4:48. It's too much evidence in this, y'all. It's too much. Okay. Okay. We went through this on my on my channel, on this channel right here. We went through this information, but I just want y'all to see how many pages it is. It's 19 pages. One number 17. Right now, it's 19 pages. And when they went in the trash can, recovered the trash. Now, the evidence was sent when Bryan put the trash in his neighbor's trash can. And instead of his trash can, I don't know if his trash can was full. I don't know because some neighbors don't even use trash as much as others. Because my neighbor, I had to borrow his trash can because I was cleaning out my a room, and he said it was okay. And the garbage man came the next day. Okay, now we about to go over some more important things, y'all. We're gonna move from here. Some more things that's gonna cover in court. This is Bryan public record, probable cause order. Yeah, this is got to stand for this him. This is what Bryan. These the counts that they got Bryan from allegedly now. Allegedly that they Bryan did this. They count one burglary. Okay. They claim Bryan broke in now. That's how they got the warrant. And murder in the first degree. This is the state going against Bryan. Also, murder in the first degree. I don't know what all these different things means, but it ain't good. Let's go up. Okay. And those different numbers, I guess those different numbers go on each individual. Okay, he was charged with uh, murder in the first degree on all four of them. The target person allegedly in this case to me is I'm gonna say that the target person was Madison and Zana. Why do I say that? Because Kaylin and and Kaylee and what's my boy name? Oh my God. Y'all got to work with me now. I just got off from work one too long ago. Ethan. Ethan. Y'all can work. You please feel free if you've been in this case, but if you haven't been in this case, please don't say that because you're gonna get lost. Uh they don't Ethan and Kaylee don't even stay there. I believe Kaylee was the hardest one to kill. Yes, allegedly. Now you see the X. It said the court finds probable cause to believe that the defendant committed the crime. That's what they think. They believe, y'all. This that don't mean this happened there, but for all the probable causes that they have on Bryant, it stopped him from getting that bail though. It stopped him from getting a bail. They got a one arrest shall be issued, and then when he went to court, he didn't get a bail. That's a good thing, cause they don't know you don't know where Bryan might go. We don't know. Okay. But Bryan continues to say he ain't did nothing. Of course he gonna say that. But I don't know if he did anything. Those are the probable causes. Okay. Let's go to what something that we're gonna go through all his public records right here. This arrest warrant of Bryant's. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here we go. The arrest warrant. This is how they got Bryant, y'all. Let me slide it up for you, okay? Let me come down a little bit. Okay. to any law enforcement officers of the state of Idaho. Information on the road having been presented to me to in December the 29th. Is there appearing to be probable cause to believe that the public offended Idaho Code section burglary? And this is what the warrant was, what I just went over. All these numbers right here, the sections right here, it's explaining what if he's charged, this is what it'll be. That's what the judge went over. That it's in it. We went over this before. Okay. Also, let's take a look at have been committed and accused, and they're accusing Brian right now. Now, do I believe Brian is innocent? I don't know. Everybody guilty to me and to proving innocent. Everybody, everyone, everybody. And then they arrest him using this Nobel committed to the sheriff Nobel for Brian. That means that the judge don't trust him. Okay, let's move to the next. That was the arrest one. Let's go to the criminal complaint. Complaint. Okay. Okay. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay. And here you go again. You can see at the top here. The plaintiff is the state prosecutors. The prosecutor gonna come hard. I think they're gonna be hard on Brian. Hopefully, I hope they do. Okay. Also, right here, the affidavits of Brett Payne complains and said that Brian C. Kohberger is in county, State, Idaho. And then they got the 13th, and he will, if he's found guilty, these are the charges. These right here, here's the charges. Okay, if he's committed, okay, if he commit the crime, he already got the code right there. So they went over this in court, y'all. Court is I think Thursday or Friday. I believe Thursday or Friday. That's when Brian go to court this week. I can't wait. Okay, let's go over each count in the burglary that the judge already went over this, and I'll put this right here instead of me reading all this information. I'll just go through each one title, the burglary and the murder. That's count one, count two, murder in first degree for all four of them. Whew, that's a lot. Mm. That means Brian will be, I thought he'll be like 40 something when he get out. 40 some year old when he get out. He still be young though. But allegedly. Okay. I'm showing y'all the public records. Right here. All right. And I want to thank the young lady for sending it to me. Now let's go to the application. All right. Let's go to the identification. All right. Okay. See, allegedly, y'all, Brian, see, back in the day, they didn't have all of this. See, Brian trying to, allegedly, I'm just saying, I can't prove it. I can't prove it. But Brian thinks he's smart in this crime thing, but he got to realize he can't do what BK did back in the days when I was young. BK, we didn't have all this technology. We didn't have all the instruments to go out there and you know collect evidence this easily. But back then it was hard. So BK was getting away, but see, Brian not gonna get away with this allegedly if he's convicted. If he's if he did this, Brian Kohberger and then tell y'all all his rights. the 5th, the 6th, and the 14th Amendments of the United States. So he completed the 5th, 6th, of the 14th, and it said that the Section 13 of the Idaho Constitution will respect any all question interrogation, regardless of the subject matter, including but not limited to matters that may bear on are related to arrest, searches, seizures, bail, trial, release, detention, evidence at a trial. This is all of this goes for Bryan request. Okay. Let's see what else on here. On the foreign copy. This is Bryan copy right here. This is for Bryan. This is what Miss Ann Taylor. They delivered this for him. And like I said, I ain't on no. I want justice for them kids, for them young folks. I don't want to call them kids because I don't want them to make it seem like I'm disrespecting them by saying kids. Cause when you get a certain age, you don't want them call you no kid. So let's go over to the order appointed for the defendant. Okay. Well, this is some great information, and I want to thank the young lady for sending this to me, emailing it to me. If y'all got anything y'all want to email to me, please do. Okay, and okay, you see Bryan name, you got the state. Plankton is the state. Bryan is the defendant. Okay, Bryan is the defendant. Okay, the court find defendant innocent pursuit. I see, and then they got the numbers right there. Y'all can read it right there. I ain't gonna read all it. Court appointment of counsel. Ooh, wait. I am so excited about the court. I hope the court date don't come. Let me see what else it says on here, y'all. The court does not. They had two. They can check. Hold on. Oh no, I won't stop. Okay. Okay, so they checked this one. Okay, the court filed defendant indigent pursuit to I see, and then got the number right that the public defender is ordered to represent defendant in all matters. Oh, honey, this is public defender. Bryan has a public defender. A public defender instead of a attorney. She pro baby. I feel so sorry for her. Miss Ann, I feel so sorry for you. Cause she already said she ain't got no evidence. So that means that Bryan need to start talking to her. So she can help him. Okay. Cause she don't know what went on. Okay. Next we'll go down to the limited notice of appearance. Okay. Okay, the information right here. Okay, and you see the plaintiffs going to get Bryan Kohberger. Okay, the limited notice of appearance. Let me see. Comes now, Miss Taylor, and Taylor is his public defender, y'all. There's her name, Miss Taylor. I'm gonna call her Miss Taylor, defender and pursuant to the court appointment. Hereby appeal a limit based until an agreement is reached between the Tate Company and Cotunia County and Taylor for and on behalf of Bryan Kohberger, the above named defendant, and then they got notices given that the defendant herewith assert all rights according him or her under the 5th, 6th, and the 14th Amendments of the Constitution of the United States under Article I. And whatever it is, number right there, 13 of the Constitution of the State of Idaho, and all prophylaxis measures imposed upon the state pursuit to said constitutional provision, including but not necessarily limited. So Constitution, fifth, sixth, and 14 amendments. Okay, okay. When they got that certified, Miss Ann Taylor, I feel so sorry, but why they assign no man to him instead of doing that woman like that? She asked them for help. I hope they give her some help. I feel so sorry for her. Okay, they go to defend it right there. Oh, she got a nut. No, 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 no. Can't. Oh, yeah, they got the county Kutuna, Kutina County Public Defender. Oh, she got a little help. I guess, poor Miss Ann. They shouldn't have stuck that lady with this big case like this. Always putting women in such a motion to preserve crime scene and evidence. Idaho is the complainant, and like I said, Kohberger is the defendant. Okay, and Miss Taylor is his public defender. Now this Miss Taylor comes now, Bryan Kohberger by and through his attorney and C. Taylor, public defender, and hereby moved this court for an order directing the Latay County Prosecutor Office to preserve the crime scene located. So she'll get a chance. Well, ever I hope she been over there to see the crime scene. Hopefully, including the home and the outbuilding vehicle. And well, they don't move everything. They don't clean that place out. So I don't know. I guess she been over there before. I hope so. Further, Mr. Cole. Oh, they called him Mr. Kohberger requests the court to order the Latay County Prosecutor Office to preserve all evidence in his custody. Oh, okay, Brad. Under the control or in control of their agents. All right, Brian, what is that bad? Okay, you want to stop that. Further, Mr. Kohberger requests the court to order the prosecution to notify defendant counsel prior to any potentially disrupted testing and examination. Anything that they do, anything that they have, whatever going on in the case, Mr. Bryan want them. Bryan smart or something. He want his the prosecution to show everything. See, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you what Bryan doing smart, y'all. For Bryan to have any evidence or any to talk about anything, he's gonna get the information that they use. Is Bryan using psychology? He using the information that they have over there preserved over here with the prosecution to over here and get him the paperwork. And what he gonna do? Go through that paperwork, and that's how he gonna work that case. I'm telling you, he should have did it himself because he knew what happened. The motion is made made so that the defendant counsel may take a few of the scene in order to effectively and constitutionally represent. I told y'all, Kohberger, and it's made pursuant to Idaho criminal. So them gonna do exactly what I said. They're gonna take some of the evidence and gonna turn it around and gonna bump them with it. I'm telling y'all, that boy think he's smart, but with the technology that y'all have today, I don't know. Let me scroll this up. Oops, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. How did I get down here? Okay. Now we did okay. We're gonna go to the audit. Did we do this? Did we just do this? Limited notice of appearance. I don't want to skip each one on for y'all, but I think we just went over here and appointed the public defender. We just did it. Let's go to limited notice of appearance. Okay. Okay. Let's scroll up. Okay. Like I said, the Idaho is the plaintiff. Okay. And Bryan Kohberger is the defendant. This is the limited motion of appearance. Okay, comes now and Taylor plus the defendant in pursuit to court appointment hereby appears on a limited agreement is reached between Latif County. Oops, I'm sorry, y'all. County and Cotulla. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. I think we was up in here. And Ann Taylor is his attorney. It's his public defender. Okay. Uh, for in one behalf of Bryan Kohberger, the above named defendant. Okay. Then it got notices given for the defendant here with the assert all rights according to him and her on the fifth, sixth, and the 14 amendments. I gotta remember that fifth, sixth, and 14 amendment. Cause I don't even know what it means. I don't get in trouble, but I know about the Fifth Amendment, but he can use the fifth, sixth, and the 14. Okay. And what does it say right here? Okay, saying the same thing that's there. Okay. Go down to, let me scroll up a little bit, y'all. We almost finished with this. Oh, God. I just wanted, since y'all, this public information, it's good to know on Bryan. It's a good thing to know, okay? So we went through this. Let's go to motion to preserve crime scene and evidence now. And y'all, I'm gonna get some music. I'm gonna try to get me some music made that I can play. Okay. Like I said, Idaho is the plaintiff, and Bryan Kohberger is the defendant. Comes now Bryan Kohberger by and through his attorney and Taylor. Public defender hereby moved this court for an order directing the Latte County Prosecutor Office to preserve the crime scene location located at 1122 uh, King Road, Muscat, Idaho, including the home and outbuilding vehicles and curtilage. Okay. Further, Mr. Kohberger, I'm not going to call Bryan Mr. I'm going to say Bryan Kohberger because he ain't married. Bryan Kohberger requests the court to order the Latte County Prosecutor's Office to preserve all evidence in his custody. What? Under its control, in the control of their agent. Bryan Kohberger requests the court to order the prosecution to notify defense. Oh, Bryan want to have his way. Bryan using that law, so Bryan in there reading his books. He getting his mind refreshed for this him. He gonna outsmart the public defender. This what he like. So they need to get ready. Okay, next let's go to order to preserve crime scene and evidence. I bet allegedly it's going to be almost the same. What Bryan won't preserve, I know it's going to probably the same. It's the same. So this going to help him in his case. Whatever they has, he wants. So, okay, and here we go. You got the state. While I wait till it come up for y'all. Okay, court having before it the defendant motion to preserve crime scene and evidence. There being no objections by the state. Good cause appearing now. Therefore, okay, it is hereby ordered that the crime scene located at 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, including the home and outbuilding, trailers, vehicles, curtilage shall be preserved, which means the house will be locked. Crime tape will remain on site. Public presence is not required. In other words, they don't want nobody go on that property. Don't touch the property, leave everything alone, leave it like it is. The crime scene will remain preserved until February 1. So they're gonna get it. His attorney, Miss Ann Taylor. Now I call her Miss Ann Taylor. An opportunity to go out there and look around. And they scratched this out right here, y'all. But I'm gonna see can I read through it. After which time blank would not be acquired. But then they say until they scratched that out. They said the crime scene will remain preserved until February the 1st, 2023, or until further order of the court. Y'all, come on, y'all tripping. Okay. It is further ordered that all samples and evidence collected are generated by the state in this matter, including but not limited to body fluid, blood, tissue, notes, slides. Oh, so it said it is further ordered that all samples and evidence collected are generated by the state in the matter, including but not limited to. Oh, wow. Body fluid, blood, tissue, notes, slides, photographs, or other relevant information be held and preserved by the state of defendant. It is further ordered that this order shall remain in effect until further court uh, order of the court. And then so order is 12/30/22. That's what went. That's when it went out, y'all. Okay. We're almost there, but I ain't got to go. Okay, it's skipping one or two. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I hit some. Okay. Okay. Also, here is the non dismutation order, dissemination, dissemination order. Let's see what it's talking about, y'all. The court, by stimulation of the parties, enters its order as follows. It is hereby ordered that the party of the above title action, including investigation, law enforcement, personnel, attorneys, and agency, prosecuting attorney of defense attorney, prohibited from making as a judicial statement, written order concerning this case, other than a quotation from a reference to, without comment, the public records of the case. Okay, and then it said the order specifically prohibit any statement which a reasonable person would expect to be disseminated by means of public communication that relates to following. Number one, evidence regarding the occurrences and transaction involved in this case. Two, the character credibility of criminal records of a party, the performance of result in an examination or test, the refusal or failure of a party to submit to such tests. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, here go the non-semination. No, what? Excuse me, y'all. I am so sorry. Uh, those was the disseminated means, and here go the non-dissemination order. Okay, in an opinion as the merits of the case, the claims, defense of party. Okay, five, any other matter reasonably likely to interfere with a fair trial of this case, such as but not limited to the existence, content of any confessions, admission or statement. Now this one confuses me. I would need a lawyer for this one. It is further ordered that no person covered by this order shall avoid it. Okay. Now this is very important right here. I understand this one. So I need an attorney for that. Let's move on. We are almost there, y'all. Let's go here. Second Amendment order governing courthouse and courtroom conduct. Bumper bumper. This came out January the 4th. Okay. Okay, the Second Amendment uh, order governing courthouse and courtroom conduct. Now, this gonna be very important right here in this case. This gonna be very important now, cause it's gonna be some angry people in there. They're gonna have to control themselves. Okay, here we go. The order governs and courtroom conduct and media activities and may be amended from time to time. The court is mindful of the need to balance number one, the constitutional right of the defendant by a fair hearing. So they got to get him a Okay, let's go here. We ain't know everything to respond, y'all. Sorry about this. What's going on? This just a trial. This just a trial that I'm on. This says I'm gonna like it and everything. I never had this much problem. But like it's free. It's froze too. Hold on, y'all. Everything froze. Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me see what's going on. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me connect y'all to the. I'm sorry for this. Okay, it's not my fault. Uh, we almost finished. I think we had like. I think we had like two left. Yeah, we got two left, two to go. So let's look at our last two that we was talking about. Um, this our last two, so we'll be done, and then we'll watch a video, and then we can talk about Bryan Kohberger. Okay. Now this we was down to our last one, and this is the this is the Second Amendment, ordering, governing, and I'm not going to read all of this information, but you can go back to my live and pick up on it. And these are the requests that Bryan Kohberger want, and they can use it in court, security screening, everything. Cell phones are not permitted. These are the rules seating it to protect Bryan. Seating in the front of the bar, general public, additional media, and all that kind of good stuff. This is the way they're going to organize the court to protect everyone in there. Okay. The last. No, that's not it. I'm sorry. Okay, we down to notice of hearing. We're gonna go over the last two. Notice of hearing and order changing time, preliminary schedule hearing. Let's go to the last notice of hearing. Um, let's see what they got right here for us. Okay, they got the notice. It's okay. I'm gonna give it time to pop up over here on the screen for y'all. It's gonna talk about the notice of hearing. The notice of hearing that the above entitled case is set up for initial appearance felony January the 5th, which we already went through that with Bryan at 9:30 a.m. The judge name is Megan Marshall, a magistrate court, like Latave County Courthouse. Okay. Okay. Done with that and down to the last. This is public information on Bryan Kohberger. Those who just joined me. Order a change in time of preliminary statute hearing. And that didn't happen. Uh, did nothing change. So, okay. This is the last information. And we already went through the preliminary statute hearing. And Bryan will be going. This happened on January the 5th. And he went to court and everything. And it's set for the 12th or the 13th of this month. So he will be going back to court. Y'all, that's Bryan public records. And like I said, thank you, young lady, for sending me this information. And we made use for it. We went through it and we showed everyone Bryan Public Records what he asked for uh, and for court when he go to court. And I wish the young man, luck. I just want them to find out who did what. Okay, let's take this down. I appreciate y'all patience. It wasn't my fault that technical issues. Okay, let me see what's going on right here. We went through this. Okay, we almost done, y'all. Okay, Brian Kohberger in custody, which we know that affidavit surviving other. I don't want to go through the affidavits anymore.
Our coverage continues into the murders of four University of Idaho students. Bryan Kohberger was arrested for the brutal slayings of the students who were found in their off-campus home. Now, Kohberger faces four counts of first-degree murder and one count of felony burglary. Our very own Anjanette Leedy sat down with attorney Shannon Gray, who is representing the family of victim Kaylee Gonsalves. Let's take a listen as he shares his thoughts on what the Gonsalves family had to say after the 19-page probable cause affidavit was released, as well as the family's feelings on one of the surviving roommates crossing paths with the suspect.
Well, I think it was a lot more information than anybody expected. I've read probable cause affidavits in the past, just through my as a prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney, and this was pretty extensive. It kind of lays out the prosecution's case. I'm sure there'll be additional evidence that they have that they haven't released in the probable cause affidavit that gives you a good guideline for how they determined that it was the defendant in this case. And so, you have the automobile, you have with the video and the pings off of the telephone records and the DNA evidence and the witness information, and there's a lot of and the timing of the things that happened. So a lot of information to digest. And so, but I thought it was written, and I thought they did a good job of it. I think they wanted to make sure they had probable cause. So they put plenty of information in there to establish that. So
Fuck my husband.
I'm sorry, that they not only want an arrest, but they want a conviction. So we're hopeful that there's you have to really realize that there's probably 3 other crime scenes or areas to gather evidence still available. You still have his apartment, you still have the car, and you also have his parents' house. And who knows what they're going to find in those locations and what evidence they might gather, as well as all the information that might be coming in now that people know who he is, right? So a lot of circumstantial evidence I expect will be coming into the police department about different things about the defendant and any connections that he may have had to any of the victims. We all have to remember that she is a victim in this case. I don't know if anybody can, everyone's there to second guess what happened and how she should have or could have reacted. She states in the affidavit that she froze in that moment and then went back in her room, and and ultimately the 911 call wasn't made until later, 8 hours later, I believe, or something along those lines. But who knows? I mean, people, maybe maybe she saw him, and maybe she thought he was going out for a smoke out on the deck and coming back in. Who knows what was going through her mind? But I don't think anybody should be putting any blame or anything on her.
And, and I agree with this man. This is why girl now who's afraid and not on her own, been around her mother all her life, and this happened to her. And she don't know, she got scared, y'all. She didn't know the killer was gonna come back in the house and kill her. She didn't know he went out there and smoked a cigarette, drank a beer, because they had that kind of house there. You know what I mean? She didn't know he was gonna come back in that room. She was praying for her life. That's probably why she was scared. And then when she realized that, uh, and she knew how long the police, I like this girl right here, because she knew how long, I like Dylan now a little bit, because Dylan knew how long they would have took the police time to get there. So she called one of her friends. So I think that's why she didn't call the police, y'all, because it would have took the police long to get there. So I think by her being 21, she was nervous.
And the family feels the same way. She's going through a traumatic incident where she had 4 roommates that were murdered. She was able to garner some information that helped out the affidavit. The identification of the black clothes, of the black mask over his nose, the bushy eyebrows, approximate height, approximate build, very critical to the investigation. I mean, if they bring in a guy that's 6'6", and
Bryan was 6'6". I told y'all. Bryan was 6'6". I knew Bryan wasn't on 6'5". I know he wasn't on not 6'5", but 5'10". I knew that much. I knew that boy was 6'6". He real tall. I don't understand why she said 6'6". So my thing is, could it have been Ron since the height wasn't right?
that's the description, right? Then you have a different, but it seems in line with what it looks like in this case.
Well, not really, because you got bushy eyebrows. This attorney got bushy eyebrows. So they got to be very they got to be what you call it, y'all. Because see, it look, his eyebrow bushy. So we're not going to determine. And if she had said 6 feet, I would have believed her.
So, and maybe they find dark clothes and they find a dark mask in some of the locations that they've done. So she's really, I think everyone should be praising her for getting an identification and being able to give that solid information there and not look about what she might have or could have done, because we have no idea what mental state she was going through at that time. It's easy to criticize. It's harder to be kind nowadays. So, everybody's got their idea of what could have, should have, or would have done, and just show her some kindness and grace.
In other words, they want y'all to be nice to hey, is what it is. She called the other room. She didn't do none of that, baby. See, we got to realize she's not but 21. She's not but 21. After she said, Bryan, to ask about an old man, and I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that, man. See, I ain't never heard about no old man in the house.
I'm pretty sure no one's more critical than she is of herself on things. So I don't think anybody needs to beat her up and anything. And the reality of it is, she's providing really great evidence regarding the identification of the defendant in the case, and that's pivotal. I think it is pivotal in the prosecution, having someone that can give an identification of the general, height, build, and what he looks like, and things like that. So,
all right, and with that, I'm
joined alongside criminal defense attorney Bryan.
Oh, wait a minute, hold up.
Guys, thank you so much for
Hold up, let me see what these glasses say. What he said. I'm sorry about that, ear with you. I didn't see you. She didn't say that. She didn't say nothing. You're right. Oh man, no. Oh Jesus, no. She ain't said no more than the way he just said.
To start with you, you just heard Shannon Gray there talk about, the victim's movement there. What are your
Girl, I'm gonna tell you, this thing had my slide screen had messed up for a minute. I like to went to sleep. This, yeah, what it is. This is a trial based girl, and this thing messed up for a minute there when I was reading the information. And I like to went to sleep now. I said, now they're gonna have to do better than this now. Cause honey, uh-uh.
killer and waiting so long to react?
So a couple things come to mind. I think it comes down to two possibilities. First of all, she had a bone-chilling encounter with this guy. I mean, just think, you're a homeowner, you're in your house. Everyone's worst nightmare is some.
She not the homeowner. Why they keep saying she the homeowner? She not the homeowner. This girl is not the homeowner, y'all. She's a child. She's a young person in the house until she ain't bought no house.
Guy is in their home at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning who doesn't belong there. I mean, if there's ever a case for the Second Amendment, I think this is it, right? However, the other side to it is 8 hours does seem like a rather long period of time to call the police after 4 of your mates have just been slashed to death. It definitely raises a legitimate.
But they feel like you do. That man feels the same way you do. He's saying the same thing you said. He's saying the same identical thing you saying. 8 hours. She waited 8 hours. Now I can understand her being scared. I'm like you now. I can understand the young lady being afraid. If I didn't hear no more walking, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I would have reacted. I don't know. Cause at 21, I don't know.
Question. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking a question. You know, certainly when an arrest has been made and someone is looking at the death penalty for their actions.
But you know what, people, they are going to ask that question. They're gonna bash that question in the court. Why it took 8 hours before she called it. Uh, they're gonna bash her on it. They're gonna now if Goldberger attorney not afraid to say nothing. Yeah, I can see until the sun came up, but I would have called my roommate to see if they saw the man. Now, see, he's saying the same thing you're saying, that 8 hours. Come on now, it took y'all 8 hours. You 8 hours. Then you call your friend after 8 hours. You didn't call the police. They gonna tear her up with that in court. I'm sorry, y'all, but they really are. I can understand what they're saying, but they're gonna tear her up. They're gonna eat her up right there.
I think the tough questions do have to be asked, and the tough questions do have to be answered. But it can be done without blame. It can be done without pointing a finger. But certainly, I'm sure the defense team will want to know, why was there an 8-hour gap? I mean, the normal reaction would be to immediately call the police. Now, I understand someone might be scared, they might be in fear, of course, but 8 hours is a very long time. And the question that comes to my mind that I would like to know is how did this guy make entry into the home? Did he break in, or was he not? Was he able to make access without breaking in? And I think that's another thing that needs.
That's another thing. Okay, boy, they gonna tear this court right here up. They gonna tear this trial up. The reason why I say this trial gonna be good because they have people in and out their house. They have people in and out of their house. And you remember they was having the police went there 3 times with loud music. Okay, 2 or 3 times, so many times with loud music. People in and out their house. Boy, they better hope they don't bring that up in court. They better hope they don't bring that up in court about how many times the police been to the house. People was there, and boy, Bryan about to eat them up.
Well, the past few days, we've learned so many new details in the affidavit. Keisha, what do you make of the 19-page probable cause affidavit? What stood out to you most?
That there was definitely an investigation. We have to remember that there was thousands of tips and calls into the community. And what a relief, not only for the family, but for the community and the officers in this case.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what gonna tear them up. That is really what's gonna eat them up right there. Everybody had the code to the house. Everybody had that code now. Everybody know the code to the house. And why is that door unlocked anyway? Cause their back door look like my back door. Why is that door unlocked? I mean, they so careless. That's another thing. They careless.
All of the tips that came in, and they wanted to make sure that they had sufficient probable cause to make this arrest, and which they did. Although this case is certainly circumstantial, we have DNA evidence that was found on the 11-knife holder. We have a potential witness that who saw him in the black clothes, and although she didn't get an exact description.
See, they think okay. For those who watching, we're not saying that Bryan is not guilty. We're not saying he's not. We're not saying he guilty. We're not saying he not innocent either. So innocent. We're saying he's not guilty and he guilty. We're not going to make that determination. We're just trying to find out about the information that the affidavit is saying. And if Bryan go by like is what it is said, if they go by what you have, what you said is what it is, what's going to happen is they're going to have a problem. If they pull up on the news like it was on the news that the police came out there 3 or 4 times and then 2 boys in the house and that they didn't know all of that. Okay. Bryan can win this now because it could be anybody, but if it's DNA. Now they're gonna have to tell me a little bit more about the DNA because her friends could have tampered in their DNA could have been in it. I don't know how they gonna do this. I really don't.
With the other massive circumstantial evidence, the cell phone thing, and also the vehicle. I do believe law enforcement had him on a radar and was definitely building up this evidence to ensure that they had the right person. Of course, the community, the families, we all want to know why. So the motive is still a question, although that's not a factor, that's not an element to the crime, and that's not what the prosecution has to prove. That theory would definitely come once we go to trial. What was his motive? What was his connection? So, although we have this detailed 19-page probable cause affidavit and my thousands of cases as a criminal defense attorney, they're typically 2 to 3 pages. So we know that this is detailed because you're dealing with multiple victims in this case, but it shows that law enforcement was doing a thorough investigation from the very beginning, and this will show and once it's handed off to the prosecution.
Well, Bryan, could we
probable cause affidavit serves one legal function, and that's to justify an arrest. All the police need to do is put enough into an affidavit that establishes that the person they put into handcuffs and have taken into custody, that there's evidence behind that arrest. But it doesn't need to be an encyclopedia Britannica of evidence. And certainly I can tell you, this is an ongoing investigation. You know, I'm sure a lot of people are going to come forward now that they know this gentleman has been arrested and charged with this crime. They might have additional.
Bryan act like he is. It's Bryan act like a madman. He act like he is upset. He came in that courtroom. He gave that woman a fake smile. Look at him. What's that fake smile he gave her?
Information that is being analyzed. For instance, they might have forensic evidence that is being reviewed in a certain laboratory. But absolutely, and by the way, that's what trial is for. Trial is the moment where it's all laid out there. And I think as we get closer to trial, and certainly once we get into a trial posture, the big picture and everything that there is to be known about this case will likely be brought out.
Well, what's interesting is in recent days, we've also learned that internet sleuths have been claiming to see Bryan Kohberger at the vigil, at the memorial. And this is causing a lot of controversy because people are now saying social media is really getting involved and internet users are really getting involved. How does this get in the way when this goes to trial, Keisha?
Well, again, I agree with my colleague. This is definitely an ongoing investigation because now you're getting more information now that they know who the suspect is. So, of course, I do believe that law enforcement will determine whether or not that information is sufficient. I mean, if he was...
Somebody from over there.
Again, what is the connection? What is the motive? Why did he decide to leave two other victims behind and not, kill the other ones? Like, there's so many unanswered questions, but... of course, law enforcement will have a continuing obligation to complete this investigation, and of course, the prosecutors will utilize this evidence to seek a conviction.
Bryan, were you surprised when you heard that he could have been at that vigil? Is this something that alleged killers do?
So I would say I was surprised and I was not surprised. On the one hand, it's not uncommon for offenders who offend out of a major mental health problem, as would be the case here, to return to the scene of the crime. You know, you hear with arsonists.
See, I just said that I asked them, did Bryan have a mental health problem? I asked them that.
You hear that with other offenders. I'm not a psychotherapist. I couldn't explain to you, but it's definitely a behavior pattern that has been seen before. But of course, naturally, it also surprises me because you would think that's not the intelligent thing for someone to do after they've just murdered the person who is the subject of that memorial. But then again, you know, someone who has a sociopathic personality, as the true offender would be in this case, that person's brain does not perceive and interact with reality like a normal, healthy person. That's why they do what they do. So to expect normal behavior out of an abnormal person to me really doesn't make much sense. But, you know, it's yet to be seen if that actually was him. I happened to review the photo, and I think the verdict is still out. I see a semblance. It certainly has to do with the posture and the shape of his head. I thought maybe the hairline was a little different. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't move the needle forward when it comes to the evidence that's needed for conviction.
Bryan, you know what? I got a question to ask. I'm gonna wait till this one right here go through. I wanna when it get to this certain picture, I'm gonna let y'all catch up. Okay, I stopped it on this picture right here. Here is a man, and I've been holding this in for the longest. When I look at Bryan, I see allegedly a female. I see the way he holds his lips. He don't look at the man on the side of him. I'm sorry, but he the way he holds his lips and the way he looks, he don't seem like, I don't think he like women. That is going to be a circumstance with evidence. Yes. they can't prove he was there. Saying they believe he was there doesn't mean anything. And then another thing, it's too much. It's too much going on with that house and with all these people walking around. How many friends did she call over there to that house? And it's something else going on here. When I look at Bryan uh, Kohberger, I don't look at him liking women. I don't. When I'm looking at him, I can't judge this man. I don't want to judge this man because that'll be wrong. But if you look at him, it seems like he's spaced out. I don't know how he talked. I don't think I heard him say, "Yeah." He said when he was in court, but when he was with it, when he sat by his attorney, he act like he was scared of that woman. He looked like he don't care for women. I hope they got the wrong man. They in trouble because they got a lot they got to prove. Okay, even though see with the DNA, I heard DNA back in the days though. That DNA sometimes not true. How much of DNA did they have of Brian? Did they have like a little tiny speck? They have a lot of blood. It's a lot of blood in that house. He seems like he is emotionless. Right. I ain't never seen nobody look like this. All the people I seen look like this is when they don't get enough medicine. What is it that Bryan saw going through at this particular 28-year-old? What happened, mentally? What happened to him mentally? Something about him. He seemed like to me somebody got a control over him. I don't know him, but it just seemed like somebody got control over Bryan.
I certainly think there's more important issues to be focusing our attention on. But it's a good thing the public is this involved. The more involved the public is, the better our judicial system is.
And I think moving ahead, people also want to see if there are more people who are involved in this case as well. All right, great discussion so far. We're going to take a quick break here on Law and Crime, but much more trial coverage and analysis ahead. We'll be back.
This something else, honey. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I really don't know what to say about this. Let me see what else I had found. But I ain't messing with my mind. Brian is messing with my mind. And then everything that all the evidence that they collect, they got to show Brian. They got to show his attorney. They got to show her everything. That one I don't understand. Let me see what else I got for y'all. And the daddy want death penalty.
Awaits trial. We're taking a closer look at the woman represented.
I feel sorry for the lady. Why they playing? Why they didn't get him no man? He don't even like her. He might not even care for women. Brian might not even care for women, and they don't give him a woman.
Taking a look at some of the biggest pieces of evidence laid out in the probable cause affidavit and seeing where the defense might be able to poke some holes. Law and Crime Daily, covering court cases from coast to coast.
I don't want to go through that. I don't understand why he wanted to kill them. That's my thing.
The maximum penalty for this offense, if you were to be guilty or be found guilty, is death or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's a true crime story captivating the nation.
See, when she asked him, about
The maximum penalty for this offense, if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty, is death or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's a true
he
crime
said
story
yes.
captivating the nation after 4
Yes.
University of Idaho students were brutally murdered last year. Since suspected murderer Bryan Kohberger appeared in Lake County, Idaho court Thursday, learning more about the case. But there are still many unanswered questions. Why did the surviving roommates wait almost 8 hours after the murders to call 911? Why did the killers spare the life of Kaylee lives?
I couldn't. That's another thing. I couldn't understand why they didn't do nothing to that dog. Why he didn't do nothing to that dog. He didn't kill Kaylee dog, but he killed Kaylee. That's something to think about. He didn't kill that precious dog. Whoever it is, I don't think it's Bryan. I sure hope it's not the other Jet, the boyfriend Jet. The reason why I say that because Jet the one gave her the dog, so he wouldn't kill the dog. He would kill. He would allegedly kill Kaylee. Cause Kaylee broke up with him. I don't know. So I'm saying the pull of the dog. He didn't kill that dog. Jack gave her that dog. So they need to think about that, y'all. It's a whole lot of things they're gonna think about in this case. If you didn't have no feeling for uh Kaylee, why you had feeling for the dog? You didn't kill the dog. You like the dog because you the one gave her the dog. They need to check that other Jack. I don't care what nobody said. They need to check Jack. I'm not gonna count Jack out, and I'm not gonna count Bryan out. I'm talking about the Jack that she used to go with because he did not hurt this dog. He liked the dog, but he killed 4 humans. They got to look at this.
The spared. We take a deep dive into those questions and more.
Well, people do different things under stress, and while it's detailed,
And y'all the most. These people are the most helping crime people case out. People they take up for folks. They take up for the people who in this instead of just telling the truth.
know that he saw anything. He's moving around in the dark. He's got this mask over his nose and his mouth. He's already done what he's going to do, or he's on his way to do it. He's already focused on where he's headed.
Let's start with basics. Why would the murderer spare the lives of 2 roommates in the off-campus home? According to Kohberger's probable cause affidavit, a roommate referred to as DM says she saw a figure, quote, clad in black clothing and mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking toward her. She told authorities she was in the, quote, frozen in shock phase as the killer walked past. After that, DM locked herself in her bedroom. While appearing on Long Crime's Sidebar podcast, legendary homicide detective Bill Waters said it's possible the murderer didn't even see DM at the time, thus sparing her life.
So he's not getting distracted with things going on. And remember, it's dark in there. So there's certainly what it indicates to me.
It could dark in there if he killed them. What is this man talking about? It couldn't have been dark in there. It had to been light in there. He went in there and killed everybody. What he do? Turn out the lights? I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't know. That other Jack, they need to look into the Jack, that boyfriend Jack, they need to look into him. I don't care what they say. You have to keep an open mind with this case. That's right. And look, I still say they need to check that Jack, the ex-boyfriend out. Because they did not kill that baby. They get not the baby. Lord, I'm sleeping. They did not kill that dog. And that's the dog that Jack gave her. I don't even believe Bryan, even Bryan had space out. To me, they let everybody come in that house. Bryan could have been in the house when it happened. I don't know. Poor man on lousy hair. He don't put a little piece up there.
We learned in the newly unsealed affidavit that investigators believe the murders happened between 4 and 4:25 a.m. on November 14th.
Now, it did happen at 4 because you got to remember around 4, check and see if any other guys know each other. What you mean? What guy? Okay, y'all got to remember that the DoorDash came. They need to find out who the DoorDash people are. Now, in the case, they haven't brought up the other guys. So I don't have anything on it. So I wouldn't even know where the first step to do that. I'm just going with the case. That's kind of hard right there.
But we also know.
Okay, 911 call was made. Let's stick with what they're saying right here. The 911 call was at 11:51, going on 12 o'clock. Why would the 911 call at that time? At 11:51? And the Uber man, the DoorDash dude. Wait a minute, something ain't right. Not what y'all said at first. What they said at first is not working in this. What they said at first. Because at first it would claim that it claimed they was saying that the girls when they got home that morning around about 2-ish. Stop now. Before you get a whipping. Stop it. Okay, y'all. What I did was stop it, Camper. Now don't stop. Stop. Excuse me, y'all. My dog's acting up. I don't been on live for a while. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about the case, y'all. Let me put some music on. I am so sleepy. All right, let's okay. All right. Okay. I say stop. Excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry. I get up early every morning, but it's killing me right now. Um, I just want to say we can talk about the case, y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what y'all think about them coming up with Bryan. Dog, can't believe your ears still dirty. God, hey, TJ got to clean up the job. Stop. That's your stinky ear. Okay, a comment. We had a comment. What case are we talking about? Allow him. No, that's okay. No, we don't do it like that over here. You have to pay attention. You have to come. You have to read. But anyway, your ear stink. Y'all, court coming up third. Trial coming up. The trial is coming up. The trial is coming up on this week. It don't matter. You got to know this case. Read it. It tell you at the beginning what's going on. I ain't about to explain this case. This is a very difficult case. It's got the title up there. That's why I can't do the string yard. It got the title up there. It don't matter if you just got here. Now, if anyone just got here or anything, read. And if you know about this case, it's not a case where you can just pop in and say this and that and that and this. No, it's not that kind of case. You have to be into this case. Got to take it back from the beginning, go back and do that. Oh my God. All right, y'all, I'm about to go. I want to thank those who came here. I'm just trying this. I am just trying to string y'all out. I haven't said what I'm gonna keep it or not. It really kind of like slowed me down on a whole lot that getting done. I don't have time for a couple things that I came in here and did, but it's just a trial base, and it's all right. It ain't nothing to brag about.